The provincial official funeral service for PAC veteran Kwedi Mkalepi is, of course, we'll look at the story. The National Assembly has passed the Basic Education Laws Bill. The bill was passed by the National Council of Provinces on Tuesday with some changes that were directed back to the Basic Education Committee. The committee tabled their report to the National Assembly. Let us now discuss this with Mr. Hendrick Makaneta, education activist. Hendrick, thank you so much for joining us. Look, let us get your reaction as BELA Bill, as the BELA Bill is now well on its way to becoming a law.
Yes, definitely. I think that as activists in the terrain of basic education, we really welcome the developments from the National Assembly, and we think that the changes in our education laws will definitely go a long way to make sure that a conducive environment for learning and teaching is created for the general well-being of all our learners throughout the country. And of course, as you may know, the Basic Education Laws Amendment Bill touches on a number of issues which are very central to the development of learners and teachers within the terrain of basic education.
Now, Hendrick, some parties as well as civil society have been strongly opposed to sections of this bill, including, among others, who set the language policy at schools. And what then do you have to say to those who oppose the bill, particularly for the above-mentioned reasons as well?
Well, I think that the fears that are raised from certain quarters of our society should not really be problematic in a sense that, the bill seeks to regulate some of the challenges that, we have been facing over a number of years. For example, the fact that the head of department or the HOD will have to step in where there are unresolved issues or even get powers to dissolve the school governing bodies where there's a need, actually means that there will be more regulation, of the affairs of education within the terrain. But of course, the powers that are vested in the office of the HOD are not absolute powers. The HOD can still be challenged. SGBs can still appeal if they feel that the HOD was not able to follow due process or to comply with the requirements of the Act. I think that there's quite a number of changes towards the South African Schools Act, and of course people should not be scared. It's not only SGBs and the language policies, but also the issue of homeschooling. Homeschooling as well has not been regulated, for the past few years. And I think that the bill seeks to provide guidance as to how, these processes should proceed.
And now grade R is also going to be mandatory. And if of course, this bill becomes law, Hendrick, what impact do you think it will have, taking into account that the study showed that 81% of South African children could not read for meaning or comprehension in any of the country's official languages?
I think that making grade R compulsory is a great move as it will strengthen the foundation phase. We've always said that our foundation phase is very weak. And of course, this has been seen with not only the results of the, where learners had to read for meaning, where 80% of the learners could not read for meaning, but also a number of other issues as well, which are able to proceed into the intermediate phase. And I think that parents should really comply to make sure that, they send children of school-going age to grade R so that, they can start earlier. Because we have had situations whereby some of the kids never did grade R and they just moved into grade 1, and that created problems as well. I think that parents, if comply, there will be, of course, consequences as presented by the bill.
And Hendrick, I mean, a lot of people, do you think that adequate time was actually accorded to the public for those public submissions or objections? Some of the parents are even saying that their contributions don't even appear as part of course, the final draft or some of the changes that were made to this bill. What do you say to that?
When laws are made in Parliament, legislation dictates that consultation processes must be undertaken. I don't think that there's any bill that can be signed into law if sufficient consultation has not been made. And I think that in this case, this is not a new bill. Just around 2017, there's always been consultations with members of the public, and of course also with regards to amendments, to the bill itself. Consultation process was unfolded, and I think that those who are crying foul, perhaps they want to see their contribution in black and white in the manner in which they've done it. But remember, that's not how the process works. Members of Parliament deliberate and they are able to craft this in line with the legislation. Remember that the biggest law or the supreme law of the country is the Constitution of the Republic, and therefore what is important is to ensure that the bill itself, is consistent with the Constitution of the Republic as adopted by the Constitutional Assembly in 1996. And we think in this case that the bill will stand the test of time.